can see your lips moving, Noah. Like,
Nuh-uh. I don't really hear.
Say something that nuh-uh.
Something's a ventriloquist, but then anytime words come out of his mouth, it's like he moves his lips. But then
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
How'd you do that? For all of our podcast listeners, Dad did that without moving his lips.
Well, welcome back to another Carousel of Conversations episode. We're excited to be here this week once again, and we have an exciting bracket challenge, not Carousel of Combat.
It is the Carousel of
Combat. Madness.
Carousel of
Before we get
Combat
started,
is the best
it
name.
is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day, so happy National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day to everybody.
I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They are the superior sandwiches.
For Noah, I got one for you, Noah. It is National Love Your Produce Manager Day.
Oh, I love my produce manager.
Coincidentally,
I think he's replacing you.
It's also International Fact Checking Day.
Somebody needs to fact check Noah's fact checks, and also that fact.
All the facts need to be checked.
Check the fact checking to see if the fact check.
Hey,
anyway,
it feels getting fact checked. It's in trouble.
It feels wrong that National Fact Check Day is the day after April Fool's. I feel like they misaligned that. I feel like they need to realign
like somebody said, enough of this.
Man, I don't know why, but I hate going on social media on April 1st. Like,
RJ was mad all day yesterday. He was like, "Oh, I hate April Fool's Day."
It's like you go on social media to watch your dumb Disney videos and like comedy stuff, and then all you get is stupid April Fool's jokes that just make you mad. So then, yeah, I just hate social media on April 1st. But yeah, we are excited to talk about our Disney villain bracket being the first round. We haven't given the results, so this is the only way they can find out who won and who lost, is to watch our episode. And we're going to be posting new ones every Sunday, and they will run through. Our last one will come up on Wednesday, and we'll be ending on Thursday, so that we could talk about this in our recording. And so we're just going to jump right into it and talk about our competitions. We're going to give which ones we're up against what, so like Scar versus Randall, Gaston versus the Evil Queen in round 1, and then we'll talk about what we would have voted for, and then we will talk about who you voted for, and then we'll commentate on why we think you were wrong. That's kind of the goal of this, and yeah.
With our fact checks on fact checking day.
Full
circle, baby. Full circle.
AI. Skynet will tell us if you're wrong or not.
Full circle on the Carousel of Combat, because Carousel is on a circle.
My word. All right, well, let's jump right in. So our first round, we set it up, and how I did it was like a real bracket. So I had AI to help me, but to rank them from like most popular to least for the top 16. And then it would do the matchups randomly a little bit more than what I would do if I were to try and do it biasly. So that way there was no bias with who got up against who. It was just randomly chosen by AI. So
that first bracket was loaded, though. I mean,
I know.
It was.
Seriously.
It was.
That was rough.
This whole round, this theme of villains was very difficult. Like I knew it would be when we first initially talked about different things that we were going to do each week. I was like, oh, that's going to be a fun one. But when it actually came to voting, I was like, this is actually really hard, and I don't like this at all.
We got so many angry messages too on like social media, like, why would you put these two up against each other? Like, you should not have done that.
And seriously, I could think of 10 right now that are better than Mother Gothel that didn't even make the list.
Oh,
right?
See, I don't understand why everyone was so against Mother Gothel, because she literally kidnapped a child. Like, that is so bad.
Yeah, but Emperor Zurg wanted to destroy Buzz Lightyear. That's way worse.
Okay.
And Chernobog wasn't even on our bracket, I must say. We completely forgot about
I did
Chernobog.
recommend
Come on.
him.
I was at work the day we did this, I think. Sid, that's actually a good
that's
one.
true.
What about
Sid is
Bowler
good.
Hat? What about Bowler Hat Man?
It was really
How about
hard.
Man? Do you even know who
Who's
Man
that?
is?
No.
I don't know who Man is.
Man killed Bambi's mom.
Oh yeah, Man did kill Bambi's mom.
yes.
He was the
I
OG
forgot.
villain.
From the start to now.
That literally is his name. If you look it up, it is Man.
Man.
Yep.
That is
It's
a good
really
one. We gotta
hard to
write that down
decide.
for next year.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really hard to decide. Only 16 villains out of the whole Disney line of
Next year it's gonna be
villains
all the
and
niche
stuff.
villains. We
Shan,
already
tried
have
to
you-
go
I mean,
for, like-
he had yellow eyes. If you
Yeah,
had yellow
he
eyes,
did.
you're going to be a bad guy.
Yeah, right.
And trying
Darth
to
Maul.
narrow it down to 16 next week is going to be hard too, because next week we're going to be talking about snacks, and trying to narrow 16 snacks down at Disney World is
Mickey
gonna be
Premium
really
Bars better win. That's all I'm saying. And beignets need to win.
No, it's going to be Beignet 1, Beignet 2, Beignet 3, Beignet 4.
We're gonna have all the seasonal beignets just on one side of the bracket.
I'm just. There will be a major problem if beignets and Dole Whips end up against each other. I will not do well.
That
on
is a
one.
dilemma. He's gonna skip that vote. Like,
I will not participate.
All right, well, let's jump right into the topic, and we'll talk about this week's topic. All right, so the first matchup, I feel like this was an easy one to me. Scar versus Randall from Monsters,
Yeah.
Inc.
Yeah.
So
everyone
I
voted
feel
for
like-
Randall, right?
Yeah, everyone definitely
Yeah,
voted
everybody
for
voted for
Randall.
Randall.
Scar got
Also,
out first
he's also
round.
another person who tried to kidnap a child, and he can turn invisible.
I mean,
So
I guess.
Okay, so I would agree that, like, as far as villainy goes, he was pretty scary. Like, to me as a kid, even growing up, he was, like, intimidating as a villain.
yeah.
But, like, when you consider it against classic Scar, I don't know. I think Scar.
And then
won.
you get into the
Scar's
dilemma
epic.
of which is worse, kidnapping a child to take its screams out, okay? Or blackmailing a child for its father's death.
So
and
you could
also
be king.
killing the dad.
So you can be king.
Or having
Which
your brother
one's
killed
worse,
so you
guys?
can be king.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that was a double whammy,
Literally
actually.
creating itself.
Yes, it is. Yes.
All right, so the next one we had was Gaston versus the Evil Queen. For this one, I feel like this one was a little bit more challenging for me.
Gaston has a better song. than
Evil Queen
let's be
was
honest.
she was the original. She was
Yeah.
it, so.
Yeah,
See, I think the Evil Queen's a little bit more intimidating than Gaston, even though I am a Beauty and the Beast fan. Gaston, like, there was no magical powers or like nothing like you have Evil Queen who like cut the heart out. Like, I mean,
He
that's
was just a
very
mean
bad.
guy.
Gaston just wanted to protect Belle from this beast. So, like, I don't know. That's not really super villainy to
He
me.
had a hyperfixation on Belle, which is a little strange. Let's be honest. He was a little bit of a strange guy, but he wasn't evil. He just wanted
Yeah,
to
I
kill
wouldn't
something that
even-
was obviously scary. Like,
I wouldn't even classify him as really super evil either. I would think that he's more on the borderline of like just like trying to protect the people, but also doing it for own selfish purposes. Meanwhile, the Evil Queen was just legit evil.
She was just mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
wanted
and
to
so
be
I
the
think
prettiest.
that like I think that she was probably more wicked than what Gaston was, but we'll have to see what people thought.
It's her first name. I mean, her first name is Evil.
Evil.
Yeah.
Yes.
it's true.
Yes.
I don't know how you could vote
What do your
against her.
checks look like?
I- I mean, Gaston's
All right, so
first
the
name
next-
is Gas.
Which is something I had to pay for
Gastonia.
today, which was not good.
Probably from Gaston County.
Ton.
Transitioning over, let's go to the next.
All right, so the next round we had Hades against Oogie Boogie. Some of these I feel like were just voted on based on popularity of movie, not necessarily voted on for the villainy of.
You're
the,
just
the
saying that because it was
character
Oogie Boogie.
No. Like Hades
voted for
versus
Oogie
Oogie
Boogie.
Boogie. Like when you look at it, like
Okay, one
Boogie's
guy's
probably
meant to
more-
be evil. He's kind of
Yeah.
like the god of evil. And then there's Oogie Boogie. He tried to kill Santa Claus. Okay, let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's a little worse than a guy's job being mean. Let's be honest.
Hades was one of those villains, like, you actually kind of secretly rooted for him a little bit.
Yeah,
You kind of.
he's so funny.
He was hilarious. I loved him as a villain.
Yes, and that's why I voted for him, because he was funny. I'm just gonna be honest.
That's
Between
true.
the two,
He
I was
is
like,
really funny.
Hades cracks me up. I'm gonna vote for him.
That's
Oogie
kind of the
Boogie
way
tried
I
to kill
felt.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, no, I think
that's pretty evil.
I think that Oogie Boogie is creepier. I think that Oogie Boogie is more villainous than Hades is. I think that, like, overall, he's more wicked, Oogie Boogie is, than Hades is. But
Okay.
Hades is a more likable villain.
So on that note, they've never, in my opinion, they've never quite gotten the Hades character right in the parks.
No,
Oh,
Like when
really?
you see him,
no.
he's not,
every single version
he's
is
not right.
terrifying.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
but he
I
would be
didn't
a
like how
great
they even
character
did
to
it in
be.
the villain show.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't like it either.
Yeah.
Oogie Boogie Bash is the best, I think.
Hey,
they've
Noah,
done,
if it makes
but I
you
don't
feel better, Bella voted for Oogie Boogie.
know. Aww, that's all
She
that matters
does
at the
love
end of
her
the day.
some Nightmare Before Christmas.
She does.
welcome.
That
She likes
Smith
rhyming
family
names
has.
too.
She does.
Yeah.
That Smith
All
family's
right.
had some strong influence on Bella.
Yeah, that's true.
I have an Oogie Boogie popcorn bucket over there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, let's go into the next one. Jafar versus Yzma.
Oh man, I did not do a popular vote on this one. I
Oh, really?
voted for Yzma
What?
I
because
voted for
she's
Yzma.
funny. She's funny.
I love
her.
Yzma so much. I voted for her because she's funny.
Oh, both of you voted Yzma?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is not the
word.
funniest,
Over
funniest
Jafar?
character. This is the most
I can't tell if
I-
Brian's in shock or if his screen is frozen.
I think his screen
It could
is
be a
frozen.
combination. Could be a combination. Do some ventriloquy, Dad. You're gonna be real good.
might have-
Supercalifragilistic. That was good.
And he's back.
Back.
You had a face of shock that was just paused. We were just making fun of you because we were like, we can tell Brian is
so
just
disgusted.
like in utter shock and disgust, or if, like Brian
No,
froze.
I'm
now he's
disgusted
smiling.
and desperate. I'm like, okay, Yzma.
Wait, say
Yzma
something
would've
you
been
won't approve
like,
of.
Wait, hear me out. Yzma would have been
We
a
voted
better
for Yzma over
villain
Jafar.
sidekick.
She's so funny. Her and Kronk are
She
the
is.
funniest
Pull
duo.
the lever, Kronk.
I
I
can't wait
do
for that
Villain
roller
sidekick
coaster.
than actual villain.
I do think that I like Yzma more. It was kind of like if Hades went against Yzma this round, I think I would have a hard time with that vote because they're both likable villains in that sense, and you're
Yeah.
almost like, but Yzma's probably a little more wicked. However, as far as villainy goes, Jafar was creepy as all get
No, I
out.
think
He was
Jafar
creepy.
is a more mean bad guy than Yzma. I mean,
Yeah.
Yzma did. I mean, they both tried to kill
Okay,
people. Let's be
so
honest.
I do think that animated Jafar is a lot creepier than live action Jafar.
I would
Live
definitely
action
agree with that.
Jafar kind of creeped me out a little bit. He had really long nails. And I think that's just something that it bothers me when, well, I don't even know if I should say that, but like,
No,
I just don't
go
like
on,
it when
pray
men
tell.
have long nails. Like, I like, that's not creepy. That was disgusting. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So I just thought he was more, I don't know, he wasn't as intimidating. Whereas in the animated version, it's like the only thing I can hear is him, you don't understand how snake-like I can be. And then he like turns into this snake.
Yeah. I think that he's a more creepy, wicked, conniving, backstabbing, like just, backstabbing villain overall. And I think that, like, in my opinion, he was way better overall. It's hard for me because I'm literally looking at the numbers as I'm telling everybody. Like,
And you're not telling us who won what yet, are you?
No,
The
no,
whole
no,
thing,
no,
right?
I'm not. Yeah, but it's hard for me not to know how people voted and how much of a percentage people voted for because I'm literally looking at the numbers. Like, this is what people's opinions are. The next one is a little more challenging for me because he's one of those likable villains, and that's Maleficent versus Tamatoa.
Oh my goodness.
Maleficent is by far more wicked, but you put Tamatoa up against Hades, and that would be a harder vote. But you put Maleficent up against Tamatoa, and it's a no-brainer. Who's the best villain out of both of those? Maleficent
Tamatoa.
is, for sure.
I'm just kidding. I voted.
Here's the problem. When RJ wanted to mention that he wanted to put Tamatoa on this list, I was like, I get in the story he's a bad guy, but he really wasn't the main bad guy. So I just had a hard time picturing him as a villain, I think, was my big thing.
I don't know, there wasn't many strong villains necessarily in Moana.
Because the villain was the good guy.
Yeah, the lava lady was just kind of technically Maui was the bad guy if you really bring it to the root of things.
Okay,
Yeah, we should have put Maui on there.
Yeah, we should have put Maui on there.
Okay, so while we're talking about Maleficent, do you think that the Maleficent film and coincidentally the Cruella film took away from the
go on.
We
villain
lost him
Spit
again.
it out.
nature of
Spit
it?
it out. Come on.
Oh, no.
Get it out. I'm going to finish this thought for him.
Hey, here we
I
go.
think he was trying to say the live-action Maleficent versus the animated one. Like the live-action one almost made her feel more likable. If I had to guess, maybe.
I
I
like the
definitely
live-action
think
Maleficent.
that the live action Maleficent influences the popularity of Maleficent
Yeah.
by far.
Because I think that with some of these characters as a whole, like you just even mentioned it earlier, like the Jafar character, live action versus regular makes a difference. Like
Yeah.
the animated one was a little more creepy than the live action one, but some may only know the live action one, and not
Right.
really know the animated one. But anyway, we were thinking that you said that, like, do you think the live action influences it? Was that?
I do. I think with her and with Cruella, I think the two of them, you don't look at them the same way.
He agrees. That was the gist of what he was saying. Do you think whenever he
Alright,
connects
I'm gonna have
back,
to
he uses
reconnect.
all everything we've said in 2 times speed? He's like, "Da-da-da-da-da-da-da."
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Oh, I
left
do
us.
not like that view. Oh, it's
I don't
terrible.
know.
All right, that's much better. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to the next one, and hopefully he can rejoin. If not, he just might have to join Noah in his room.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
Hello,
maybe he can.
humans.
It looks like it's a
Fucking
better
up on the
connection,
crap.
whatever you did.
I don't know what you
Yeah,
did.
it was working fine until we actually started.
Yeah. that's
Okay,
weird.
so Brian, we agreed that Maleficent's live action definitely influences her popularity.
Yeah, and I think with Cruella too, same thing.
Okay, Cruella's live action is probably one of the I love Maleficent. I'm a Maleficent fan, but the Cruella movie is so good. It is so good.
Cruella is really
We'll
good,
get to
I must
her,
say.
but I definitely think it affected.
Yeah,
people's
let's. Here's what I think with this next one: Dr. Facilier versus Captain Hook. Oh man, I think Dr.
That was a rough
Facilier was like the best villain over Captain Hook. I don't know.
I'm curious to hear Brian's thoughts on this one.
Okay, here's my thought. I love Dr. Facilier.
Yeah.
Captain Hook to me trumps him because a couple things. Number one, he has his own movie. Okay, it wasn't
true.
technically about him, but it was called Hook, and Dustin
And there's
Hoffman
Pan.
was awesome. And then the other thing is, Disney World actually has a show about villains, and who is in that show?
Hook.
So, in Disney's eyes, he is the more popular villain too. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like
That's
kind of
pretty
one of those OG villains too. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
Evil Queen, Captain Hook,
And he's
like, all
bald.
that. He's afraid of alligators. There's a humorous side to him, at least.
And he is bald.
But like Dr. Facilier is creepy as all get out, and I think he's a wicked villain.
He is a great.
Like
he's
as
a great,
far
yeah,
as
he's good.
wickedness goes, like he was.
And he has such a good song. Like
I was going to say great vocals on him.
I think overall he was a great villain. All right, it's hard for me again not to give the results, but we're gonna move on to Ursula versus Hans.
He's the bad guy. What?
I think that kind of works against him, though, Jesslyn. I mean, you think about it, that he didn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't revealed until the end, like a Scooby Doo episode, you know. So
Right,
you didn't see him as a villain.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so I told RJ that when it came to this vote, and I voted for Ursula because I remember, Little Mermaid came out and when I was a kid, like that was the movie I grew up on, VHS, all the things. And I remember hating Ursula when she became like a human and tricked Ariel. Like I was all team Ariel and Eric. And then when she did that, I just remember feeling, I really dislike her. I do not like her at all. And so I think that's what makes a good villain, is when you're like, you despise that character.
Yeah.
And it was the perfect casting for voice too. Like the chain smoker kind of sound to her. Like
Yes.
it was such a good villain.
And I think the true test of a villain is if Bella can ride the attraction, and when she goes into the scene with Ursula, she does this.
Yes.
That's
True
when you
terror
know
ride.
it's a good villain.
That's a good
Oh,
villain.
fun fact about that
Oh,
animatronic
here we
on
go.
National
my
Fact
word.
Day.
No.
It's actually the largest working animatronic at Disney World.
We're gonna have
And
to
the first
fact
one
check
who's
that.
and the first one whose face fell off.
That is true.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, look it up.
Ursula's
on
face
YouTube.
went. It's real scary. It's real scary.
Then she'll be
It
the
will
real
freeze.
villain of this story.
She would need a real voice after that.
Show pictures later.
All right, so that one was hard for me just because Hans is wicked and like he's deceptively wicked. So like you think he's good and then he's not. But Ursula was like just you knew right off the bat she was a villain and she was a bad guy, and the Witch of the Sea, So I get it, but all right, the next one. This one was the most like talked about, and that is Cruella versus Mother Gothel. Like just the matchup in general of round one, people were mad about. They had to pick between the two of them.
I think this one's going to make me lose my faith in humanity. I just know it.
I will refrain to share what I voted for.
Again, I go back to the conversation. I think Cruella's film it made people change their thought about her. So
Yeah.
I don't think she has quite the standing she used to.
But again,
Now-
she's in the villain show, and Disney has classified
Yeah.
her as the most wicked.
I mean, she wanted to make a coat out of puppies.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Only thing worse than that
I
would be
find
like a
that pretty
coat made
evil.
out of baby koalas.
Yeah. Baby pandas would be another step. Like that. I don't think that's possible.
Red pandas.
But Mother Gothel, like for all of her, hate that she got in this whole thing, she is a pretty wicked villain. Like you can't discount. Like she kidnapped a kid so she could live longer, and then like basically
Trapped her in a
tricked her
tower.
her whole life. Yeah,
Yeah.
and tricked
But
her
kept
her
her
whole life
alive.
into
Let's be
believing
honest.
all
Okay.
sorts of lies.
Like,
And pretended
kept
to
her
be her
alive.
mom.
yeah.
but she made
Yeah,
her
she-
soup like on her birthday every year. So
She wouldn't let her see the lights. She was holding her back from her full potential.
Also, I'm sorry, but if I was kept in a tower in what looks like Switzerland, I don't think I'm gonna be too mad. Like
She brought her
Rapunzel's
paints.
definitely.
yeah, you had paints like nature, waterfall. Like that doesn't sound like
Maybe
an
she's just
awful life.
misunderstood.
Okay,
I think she was just an
but
angsty teen. Like 'cause I want to go see the
Bella-
lights. Like
Bella definitely voted for Cruella the whole way, and as far as she could, at least. She
Yeah.
loves Cruella. And her thing is she loves Cruella because Cruella has pretty dresses. And she hasn't put together what the dresses are made out of.
And Cruella loves Bella.
Cruella
She
does
does love
Bella.
Bella.
True.
We saw that firsthand.
Bella reminds
All
us
right.
often that Cruella blew her a kiss at the villain show.
She kept peeping on Bella though. She kept looking
Yeah,
at
she
her.
did.
So this round was probably the lowest voted round, and that's saying a lot because this was 52 total votes between Facebook and Instagram that we had on it. And here are the results and how you voted. So we'll go with the loser first and then the winner. And so 28% for Randall and 72% for Scar. So that wasn't really even
Seems
close.
good.
Yeah.
For the Evil Queen, it was 35% for the Evil Queen and 65% for Gaston. So most people definitely thought that Gaston was better. For Hades versus Oogie Boogie got 37 and Hades got 63. So again, not really very close on those ones. It feels like this first round they weren't really close at all. For Yzma versus Jafar, it was 39% to 61%. So most people thought Jafar. For the next one, it was Tamatoa versus Maleficent. Again, the same 35%, 65%. So not even close. And then Captain Hook versus Dr. Facilier, 33% for Dr. Facilier, and then 67% for Captain Hook. And then Hans versus Ursula, 31% for Hans and 69% for Ursula.
Interesting.
And then Cruella versus Mother Gothel, 34% for Cruella and 66% for Mother Gothel. So it was pretty much across the board with Randall being the lowest villain voted for over Scar, but not really that close. These next rounds get a whole lot more interesting as we go through them. So, all right, let's jump into the next one. So we have Scar versus Gaston, Jafar versus Hades, Maleficent versus Captain Hook, and Mother Gothel versus Ursula. So let's talk about Scar versus Gaston first.
Scar, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for me, this one's a
definitely
no-brainer. I'm surprised Gaston got past the Evil Queen, in my opinion. But putting him up against Scar, it's a no-brainer to me.
I was shocked
forgot
about
who I
that
voted for.
percentage of Gaston having that high of a percentage over the Evil Queen. That did shock me a little bit.
Yeah, I thought that one would be closer. Randall and
Yeah.
Scar versus each other. I thought
Yeah.
that one would be a little bit closer too. Or more heavily in favor of or close together. Anyway, Jafar versus Hades.
Trying to
I
remember
voted for
what I
Hades.
did.
Okay, so I will
I'd have
say
taken Jafar.
this was the closest vote besides the final round that we actually had as being the most contentious. You're talking 1 to 2 votes, I think, difference from these two characters. Yeah, so this one was by far the closest vote.
I think I voted Hades again.
I think I voted Hades, but I don't know.
I voted Jafar.
I voted
RJ
Jafar
would.
as well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that Jafar, Hades is likable, but Jafar is more wicked.
I voted for Hades because he has Pain and Panic as sidekicks, and I kind of hyperfixated on them for a couple of years when I was a kid. So I think I got a
Of
little
course you
emotional
did.
attachment. Villain's
I think
Monopoly was my
you just
favorite
don't like
'cause of them.
you just don't like Iago. That's what it is.
Iago,
Yes. Yeah.
He's
not
not-
me.
he's
Count
not
me
a
out
good
for
sidekick.
Iago.
Not a good sidekick. He gives the
yeah.
same vibes as Zazu, but bad guys.
Zazu's
I don't feel like Zazu's as bad. I feel like
Zazu's
Iago's
annoying.
more annoying than Zazu.
I think they're both annoying. You know, it's
The
kind of
greatest
like,
thing
okay,
that
get outta
Zazu
here.
did was I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Hey, we got her to sing.
It took us 30 minutes. Holy cow!
Everybody take a sip of your beverage.
Oh man, I forgot mine. I wasn't expecting singing in a villain show. No.
They have
Villain
songs.
songs are the best, honestly.
They are.
Yeah, this one was the most contentious one, or the closest vote, except for the final round, was Hades versus Jafar. The next one we had was Captain Hook versus Maleficent.
I'm a Maleficent girl. I'm going for Maleficent on
I
that
think
one.
I voted Maleficent.
She says with her horned ears on.
Yes.
And her purple
Never would have
shirt,
guessed.
you know?
Never would have guessed.
Not like we know who we're voting for. No.
Oh.
I vote for the Polynesian.
But yeah, I feel like Maleficent is a much more wicked villain than Captain Hook. And like when you put those two up against each other, it's not that hard. When you were to put Gaston up against Captain Hook, that may be a different vote. But putting up Maleficent versus Captain Hook, to me, it's like, that makes sense. I know who I'm voting for, Maleficent. All right, Mother Gothel versus Ursula.
I don't remember. Who
I went
voted for
Ursula this
one.
round.
I think that
Mother-
Ursula should have won this round.
I think Ursula should have won, even if I don't remember who I voted for.
Yeah,
Gothel
I'm
must
Ursula.
go.
We had a lot of people that loved Gothel and also hated her too.
Like
It was strong sides.
Look, I just didn't want last year, whenever we did this competition, it always ended up being like Lion King against Tangled in the last round.
Yeah, it was,
And
wasn't
like
it?
that's what I didn't want, because every time Lion King would go against Tangled, I would get so angry because Tangled would win every single time and Lion King never won. And I was like, I need some redemption this year.
I don't have that
And
problem. All the things I
I'm
like are
like
niche.
so angry. yeah. Noah's like, mine got out the first
Oogie
round.
boogie. Like,
But yeah, so okay. So for this round, we had 58 votes, which is more than we had last round. Last round we had 52. The results were a lot like for the Scar versus Gaston, it wasn't even close, 76% to 24%. So
Scar?
I think that was
Scar won that
Scar
one?
won.
Okay.
Yep, Scar got 76%, Gaston got 24%. So I think most people would
That
agree
tracks.
with us that yeah. For Jafar versus Hades, I'm going to do that one last because that was the closest. Maleficent versus Captain Hook. Maleficent got 70%, Captain Hook got 30%.
wow.
Yeah.
That one wasn't as close as
That
I
was
thought it
kinda
was going to be
blown out of
either.
the water.
Yeah, it was very
She's the
like
mistress of
Maleficent
evil.
heavy.
Yeah.
This one made me mad, like very, very mad. Mother Gothel got 79% and Ursula got 21%. Like,
Wow.
how? Like,
How
that
did they
makes
do
me
that?
so mad. Like, Ursula got all the
What'd
hate
you
in that
say?
round. over Mother Gothel.
21% for Ursula? Wow, that was like basically
20
us four guys.
Yeah.
21%
Wow.
for Ursula versus
So
79% for Mother Gothel. Like,
I don't even know
get it.
how.
Yeah, like I get that Tangled is a more modern movie than what Little Mermaid is, but still, like Ursula's got to be more well known than that, and it's got to be a closer vote than that, in my opinion.
Noah's mom
nope.
would say, "Stop arguing with me. You're wrong."
She does say that quite a
I
lot.
feel like I've heard her say that a couple times.
All right, and here is the closest vote beside the final round, which is Jafar versus Hades. And Jafar got 51% and Hades got 49%.
That's very
it was,
close.
It was very close. I think
That is really
because I got a text from Carissa, who's been on the show a couple times, and she was saying that her husband is like a huge Hades fan, and he was like, everybody's got to vote for Hades, like he's telling all his friends and trying to get everybody to vote for him. And I was like, I think I texted her the next day and I was like, he lost by 1 vote. Like it was
That's
just
insane.
that close of a margin that he just barely lost the vote. And I was like, whoa, this was a close one. All right. The next round is a semifinal. So it's Scar versus Jafar and Mother Gothel versus Maleficent. All right, let's talk about Scar versus Jafar first.
That's a rough one. They
That
kind
is
of give
harder.
the same vibes to me.
Yeah, I would say as far as classic villain goes, this was the hardest vote for me. Because I'm a Lion King fan through and through, but Jafar was wicked. Like,
Yeah.
and so I think that Jafar, in my opinion, is probably slightly more wicked than what Scar was, even though Scar was pretty wicked.
He was pretty bad, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole blackmailing a child for your father's death, even though the brother is the one that killed him.
Well then, but like even think about Jafar when he turns into that powerful genie at the end. He's a red genie. Like I mean, he just displays
With yellow
wickedness.
eyes. That's
Yes,
just the
he's
two.
just
That's the double
evil.
whammy for evil.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think he's way more wicked than what Scar is. All right.
But I think I ended up voting for Scar.
Yeah,
think I
look,
did.
and I am the Lion King. Like, my top 2 Disney movies, if I had to pick top 2 Disney classic animated movies, are Lion King and Aladdin. So, like, this was the hardest vote for me because you're pitting my 2 favorite things up against each other as far as villains are concerned. It was like, oh, what am I going to choose? So that was rough for me. The other one was Mother Gothel versus Maleficent.
I don't even want to talk about this. I'm so mad.
That was
I'm
that
going
was
to
a
be so
bad one.
disappointed.
Okay, we'll just give the results so we could discuss this in true form. So, Scar versus Jafar, it wasn't even close. Scar got 76%, Jafar got 24%. So, like, that vote wasn't as close as I thought it would be. I thought Jafar would have a higher vote count than that. There were 63 total votes on this round. And then Mother Gothel versus Maleficent. This will actually surprise you. It was really close. It wasn't as like far apart as you would think it was. Mother Gothel got 57% and Maleficent got 43%. So this was actually a pretty close vote in comparison to some of the other rounds. Like, this was the biggest contender, I think, by far for Mother Gothel so far. Was like
I
most
just,
of them,
like,
it wasn't even close.
Didn't
Up
even
to
want to
this point.
participate anymore after that. I was so mad.
This is ridiculous. Maleficent turns into a freaking dragon. Like,
Yeah.
Mother Gothel, what
Listen,
does she do? Steal a child?
She is the
Please.
biggest
Like-
grudge holder too. She did all of this because she didn't get invited to a birthday party. So like she's my
Exactly.
girl.
Could you imagine if someone stole her child? Like, what would she do then?
Yeah, I think for me, Maleficent is a more wicked villain overall. Even like if you consider the live action, I still like Maleficent for this more than Mother
Yes.
Gothel. I don't get the love of Mother Gothel at this point. Like,
I don't
at this
either.
point in the competition, it's like, how do you not choose Maleficent to beat out
Or
Mother Gothel?
I have a theory that our listeners are trying to pull out a whole Tangled win again this year.
Oh,
think
they're
so?
conspiring
I
against
mean,
us, you
Tangled
think?
swept it last year.
Are we tangled in their snare?
Yes.
All right, well, we're going to go into the final round. We're at 40 minutes. This is, like, short compared to the rest of
It's
them.
like a Noah
right.
episode.
I know, it's crazy. We get to the meat so quickly, we have nothing else to talk about.
All right. This one is
running out of
Scar versus Mother Gothel in the final round. Now, I will say that Jafar and Hades was very close. This one was like it came down to Instagram. It was literally tied like 50% and Facebook decided it for this one. That's how close this vote was.
Wow.
So it was dead even. So Scar versus Mother Gothel. Who are you guys picking for that one?
I definitely had Scar in this one. So
Yeah,
I picked Scar for this one as well.
Yeah,
just
I
out of
picked
pure
Scar
hatred
as
at this
well.
point. I'm not even thinking about Mother Gothel character at this point. It just kind of
You're
like
embracing your true villain just out of spite.
exactly. There's no reason to vote against her. It's
All
just
right, now nobody up to this point knows who won
I don't
except
have
for
an idea.
me.
dun,
All
dun,
right, so who do you think won?
Judge Doom,
Let's take a vote. Huh?
Judge Doom.
write-in candidate.
All right. Who do you think
Man.
actually won? If you were to take a guess between Scar and Mother Gothel, Noah, who do you think won?
Scar and Mother. I'm assuming Mother Gothel won, even though I don't want her to. But I voted for Scar.
All right, Brian, who do you think won out of our social media?
I'm going to also go Mother Gothel just because that way if she wins, I'm right, and if I'm wrong, I'm happy.
It's a win-win-win.
And
That's right.
Jesslyn,
Win,
who do
win,
you think won?
I'm also gonna go with the win-win-win because I hate being a loser. So I'm gonna go with Mother Gothel.
Scar won.
Yay!
Oh,
There is
was
justice
our-
in the world.
Yay!
So this was our highest voted round. We had 72 votes this round. So it was actually the most. So we started with 52 votes. So we gained 20 extra votes for this final round. And it was tied. It was dead even. 29 votes for 29 votes on Instagram. On Facebook, it was 8 votes for Scar and 6 votes for Mother Gothel. So just 2 votes ahead of Mother Gothel, but Scar pulled
crazy.
it out and
that's
won.
insane.
Yeah, that was really, really close. All right, let's play a simple game.
Ooh, I like
What
simple
if-
games.
What if Mother Gothel lost like she should have to Maleficent? How would you vote then? Scar versus Maleficent in a true final round, which I think is what it should have been. Scar versus Maleficent in the final round. How would you vote?
Is this even a question, RJ? Like, why would you do that?
Yeah. I
Oh my
I would
goodness.
vote Scar.
What
I will
he's
vote
doing
Maleficent.
is he knows what he would vote for and what I would vote for, and he wants to see who you guys are going to team up with.
Yeah, I'm voting for Maleficent.
I see through
She
your
turns into a
bullshit,
dragon.
RJ.
And I choose.
I don't know. I think I might lean towards Scar just because, again, back to the whole Maleficent movie thing, just has really,
Yeah.
it just changed my view of who she is, you know?
Yeah.
Scar
Yeah.
doesn't have green
I
skin.
think if you
Green
just
skin's
count the animated ones, like not even well, because then you could play that same game with Mufasa the movie. Because in Mufasa the movie, it made Scar a more agreeable character
Yeah.
than what it did in the like original animated ones too.
Maleficent has yellow
And-
eyes and green skin. I think that's like
So-
that's another red skin and yellow eye scenario.
So Maleficent, her character changed in her film. Whenever they did the Return of Jafar, the huge VHS hit, of the 90s, he was the
Yeah.
same character.
The all of 3 people bought.
Really?
May or may not have had that VHS.
He
May or
one
may
of the
not.
3 people.
Still have that VHS, right, Brian?
It was two
Two other people had it.
This was an
Okay.
exciting game.
RJ, we haven't even talked about this, but I would like to do something every week with our special guest.
Yes.
And I would like for them to know what our next round is going to be and for them to pick one item to put on our round.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So our next round for next week, it's already, by the time people get to listen to this, the vote is already up and you're voting for the first round. So it'll start on Sundays every week and it'll go from Sunday to Thursday. And so each new round takes 24 hours. So we'll put it up Sunday about 8 a.m. is my goal. And then it'll take 24 hours to get to round 2. And then however long it takes me to make the graphics for the next round based on the vote. All right. So next round is going to be snacks. Disney snacks at Disney World.
Do something weird. Like,
Well, give him
Okay,
some time
so
to
snacks. Yeah, hit me cold. I think
Woody's Lunchbox Pop-Tart.
no. You know what? I'm going to go with one that I get every time I go. It's a must do every time I go to Noah's favorite park and
Hollywood
Noah's
Studios.
favorite land.
Oh,
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom.
The
Pandora.
blue
Pandora.
dessert at Satuli Canteen.
Oh, that's a good
The-
one.
The
Yeah, I
blue
like
cheesecake pod? I'm sorry. it
Yeah,
cut out.
the blue cheesecake thing.
Yes, that's
I
a
never
good
had
one.
one. But I don't think
That's
it's going
an
to win
interesting
just
one.
because I just don't think that many people have experienced it as opposed to.
I mean, depending what it goes against, I'd probably would vote for that
yeah,
one. 'cause
if it's
very
going up
good.
against Dole Whip or a churro or something like that, it's
Yeah, sorry.
no chance.
I think
It's
it
a
was winning
16
against churro.
Okay,
Yeah.
Brian, I know this is going to be not your topic because we have a different guest coming in next week, but you've tried the churros at Disneyland versus Disney World. So did you try a churro at Disneyland or no?
I think I did just because I was at Disneyland and had to do it. But it was that
I feel
unmemorable.
like the churros. Really? I feel like the churros at Disneyland, they have a lot of different flavor options and stuff, are more popular than they are at Disney
Yeah.
World.
They are much
So
more
they've just-
popular. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
their
like
Dole
Disney
Whip.
World. Yeah, Disney World, you don't see them very much. Disneyland, they're like everywhere.
Everywhere.
And they've got different flavors and different types. It's like their popcorn or their like main go-to.
It's their
snack.
Dole
So
Whip.
it'll- Right, yeah.
I
wish someone
No,
said that.
seriously, it is. So it'll be interesting if we put churros on there because then you have the Disneyland people that are going to be like, oh, I think that's a tough one. So, all right. So, yeah, we'll start next week on Sunday, and we will have our snacks round.
8 a.m.
And
sharp.
then should we tell them what's going to be after that, or should we keep it a surprise?
Keep it a surprise.
I say
Yeah,
surprise.
we'll keep
I love
the
surprises.
next couple topics surprises.
Especially whenever
so
I know
this
what they
releases on Monday. Go vote right now.
I already
if
know
you're
what the
listening
next
to
week's
this
going to be.
episode. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
All the
can't
weeks are
remember.
It's
gonna
going to
be.
be the best bathrooms.
There should have been one.
We should do that as a
Should've.
bonus round.
We should.
This should have been our April Fool's joke.
Aw, we missed something.
We missed.
Oh, we should have posted that on April Fool's instead of the last final vote. We posted
should've.
like bathroom up against bathroom. Next year.
The Figment bathrooms always win. I'm sorry.
don't think
Tangled
I've been in
toilets
those.
over
Tangled
the
toilets.
Frontierland breezeway, which is like the worst bathroom.
Yes.
Breezeway.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, that
breezing
would have been a
something.
good vote. Well,
needs
thank you
a
again,
breeze.
Brian, for coming on. He's become our most regular guest, and it's not just because he's Noah's dad; it's because we actually like him on the podcast.
And he's the most available.
You
but
can
each
mail
week
my
we're gonna
crown
bring-
to me.
Yes.
We'll email.
Mail it. We'll see you in like 2 days, so
Yeah.
just give it to you.
Wonderful.
But no, yeah, every week we're gonna have a new guest with these polls and these this Carousel Madness competition. Just because, like, you've heard a lot of our opinions all the time. Every week, you hear our opinions all the time if you listen to the podcast regularly. So we wanted to bring in different opinions so that you can hear differing
Opinions.
voices other than just us. And so that just makes it more fun to hear other sides of it. So thank you again, Brian, for joining us. And make sure you go check out our website,
Go vote.
carouselpod.com, and we're adding new stuff to it all the time. So now we've got like a blog based on episodes that you can subscribe to, and it'll have more show notes and other guides and stuff and more details available in those posts. So you can go subscribe on there, and then make sure to fill out a free quote if you're getting ready to plan a trip to Disney World. I know a guy who likes to plan Disney World trips, and so I'm happy to do that if you need me to. But yeah,
He's pretty
thanks so
good
much
at
for
Sometimes.
thanks so much
Depends on
for
the day.
listening and hanging out. And now we are not going to switch to the same pre-recorded message we played last week.
We're not? Okay, we're just keeping going. Oh, we're rolling.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our show. Before you go, please don't forget to gather your belongings and head over to our email at carouselpod@gmail.com to ask us your questions. Oh, and wouldn't you believe it? You can now bring the magical sense of vacation right into your home. Check out the Magic Candle Company and use our exclusive link with the code CarouselPod at checkout to get 15% off your order. And don't forget, we're here to help you plan your future Disney trips. Just send us a message at rj@famvia.com. Until next time, we'll see you in a great, big, beautiful week.